So let's start with our assessment. I think I mentioned it at one point that my sister was watching one of my videos. She says, you did not do the standing assessment. She's certified, like I am, from Sarah. And it is a really good idea to check in what's going on. So as you stand, let your hips shift from side to side, but keep your feet well anchored. And notice, how does that feel in your ankles? Do your feet lift off, or do your ankles have the ability to shift with you? And then also rocking back and forth. Feet stay down. And notice also here, as you let the rocking become quieter and quieter, where is your default place? Do you tend to hang forward on the feet so that everything is really contracted on the front? Or are you what I call the heel riders, where you are leaning more back a little, and I'm exaggerating here, but thrusting the hips forward? So from there, standing and just assessing your footprint. Do you carry even weight on your feet when you stand? Or does one foot is the default to stand heavier on one? And at the same also observation, what about the knees? What are they communicating? Do they tend to hyperextend, fling back? Are they chatty? Because the knees are mainly just held hostage between the ankles and the hips. And if there's a lack of fluidity and ability in either, the knee joint takes the brunt of it. So from here, with this information, we'll just get to it. We'll come onto our mat and start with your legs straight. I'm going to get my book propped up so I can follow my syllabus to a T. At least that's my story. So as you do your assessment on your back, letting go of all effort. Before you look, just notice, do the feet and legs feel the same? And then take a little check in. Do they roll out evenly from the hip, or does one leg roll out more than the other? So that talks about there may be some tightness or tension around one or both hips. The legs should just flop out to the side. If they're pointing straight up, when you relax, there's a lot of gripping around the hips. And then we'll bend up the knees. Let your hands come to rest on the lower abdomen. Our feedback, so with the knees bend up and hands resting on the belly. It's our feedback that we are activating the diaphragm, the main muscle of breathing. That gentle rise of the abdomen on the in-breath and softening down on the out-breath. The diaphragm and the psoas muscles both intersect on T12, the last of our thoracic vertebrae. And then the psoas meanders all the way down and connects to the upper thigh bone. So it is what connects our trunk to the legs, legs to trunk. And if the psoas is one of our main hip flexors, is really stuck, dried out, not moving, it directly affects our mobility. So let the diaphragm just gently invite movement into the psoas. As always, work at about 80%, not 110. Allow yourself to enjoy the practice. Easy and gentle. So let this carry into the practice. We'll begin to invite the arch and flatten. So on the next in-breath, contract the muscles on the low back. We'll tilt the pelvic forward so the tailbone gets a little closer to the earth. And slowly release this action. Let's do that one more time. So we'll buffer breath in between. And then again, contracting the muscles of the low back, inviting the arch. And floating back to neutral, so nothing else activates. Then we'll take a buffer breath here, and then we'll take a breath in for nothing. And on the following out breath, now contract the lower abdomen, gather everything together. And slowly relax back to neutral. More is not better. Let's do that one more time. Breath, buffer breath. And then another breath in for nothing. And exhale, gathering the low abdomen, a sense of hollowing out the belly. Not using the glutes, not pressing into the feet. Just the low abdomen. You feel it drawing down under your palms. So we'll put these two together. Inhaling and we arch. And exhale, floating back. An in-breath for nothing, belly breath still. And exhale, that gentle flattening, gathering the lower abdomen, drawing it upward. And we let it go. Let's take a buffer breath in and out. And moving at a pace that's comfortable for you. On an in-breath, we arch again. And floating back to neutral. Buffer breath in. And exhale, gathering. Abdomen. Gentle flattening of the low back. And then we let that go. Buffer breath again. One more time. Arching. Exhaling back to neutral. Buffer breath in. And gently flattening. Feel the muscles on the lower abdomen. That's your abdominis transversus. It's a very shy player, but is so important for core stability. And we let that go. When the abdominis transversus sort of wanders off, we begin to overuse the psoas. And it gets really overworked and tired and irritated. And now as you inhale, lift the heels, squeeze the calves, putting on your high heels. And then exhale, relax the heels down. We'll do that one more time. On the in-breath, lift the heels, squeeze the calf. That's the soleus, particularly you're talking to right now. And slowly releasing the heels down. So we sometimes do the calf relief standing up. Tonight we're going to do it supine. Now on the next out breath, lift the front of the foot, keep the heel down, draw the toes towards the shins, and then slowly release this action. Take a buffer breath again. On your next out breath, again lifting the front of the foot, and you feel the shins contracting, and slowly release. So we'll add this to our arch and flatten. On the next in breath, gently arch, and then lift the heels up. And exhale, slowly release back to neutral. So the ankles and the low back mimics the movement. Breath in for nothing. And as you exhale, gather the lower abdomen and draw the toes towards the shins. And slowly release. Notice jumps and jitters in the movement. And let's repeat. Inhale and arch. Heels lift. And exhale, slowly release. Buffer breath in. And exhale, flattening and lifting the front of the feet. And slowly release. So this ankle movement is really crucial for our gait. And again, move at a pace and also intensity that feels just right. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, arch. Calves contract. Exhale, slowly release. Breath in for nothing. And exhale, low belly contracts, toes lift. And then letting go. Slide the legs out long. Pause. Breathing in and out. And notice now your legs, your lower abdomen, your hips. What changed? We'll bend up the knees again. And then we'll Play a little bit with the right foot. So more ankle mobility. Sliding the right foot out. Keep the whole foot down on the mat. You'll feel the calf beginning to contract. And when the foot wants to begin to lift up, we're going to flex the ankle, pull the toes again towards the shin. Now spread the toes wide, like flinging the toes open. And then curl the toes, scrunch them. And then slowly lower the bottom of the foot towards the mat again. And slide the foot in. Lift and spread, lift the heel is what I'm trying to say. That was not what was coming out. Let the heel come down. Relax. Buffer breath. And again, slowly slide the foot out. And really sense texture and sensation under your foot. Comes a point where we must lift the front of the foot up. So I'm still at a bent knee. So now the front is lifted, my heel is still down. I'm going to spread my toes wide. And then curl the toes under and slowly lowering the bottom of the foot down. Slide the foot back in. Lift the heel again. And slowly release down. Buffer breath. And then one more time. Sliding the foot out. So maybe from being at a 90-degree angle behind the knee, you're going to take it up to maybe 120. When the toes wants to come up, we flex the ankle, flex the ankle. And spread the toes, spread the toes. And then scrunch the toes. So here's been my pondering this week. When we scrunch our fingers, it's called a fist, but I have no idea what it's called when you curl your toes under. Lowering the bottom of the foot down. And slide the foot in as it melts into the floor. And again, lift the heel. And lower. One more time. So keeping the spine neutral as you slide the foot out. Slowly. Gently flex the ankle. Spread the toes wide. Curl the toes under. And slowly lower the bottom of the foot towards the mat. And slide the foot back in. Lift the heel. And slowly release down. Pausing. Draw an outline of your right foot. Draw an outline of your left foot. In your mind, that is. And notice if they are being recorded in the same way in your mind, in the motor cortex. But does one foot feel bigger or smaller than the other one? We're going to go on to the other side. Slide the left foot out. And again, sliding and really sensing, feeling texture, temperature, gathering data. Flexing the ankle, spreading the toes, and then curl them. And slowly lower down. And sliding in. Lift the heel. Lower the heel. Buffer breath, let go of any residue of the movement. And when you're ready, again, slide it out. Don't have to worry about the breath, but be really curious about the sensations. Flexing the ankle. Spread the toes. Curl the toes. And then slowly lower down. And back home again. Lifting the heel. Lowering down. Pausing. And again, when you're ready, slide the foot out. Gathering data, curious, but joyfully curious. Flexing. Spreading the toes. Curling the toes under and lowering back. And slide the foot back in. And heel lifts. And lowers. Do it one more time. Sliding out. Flex. Spread. Curling, so each part gets its own little center stage of play. Lowering down and all the way back home. Lift and lift the heel is what I'm trying to say, and lower down. Tight calves are related often to Achilles tendons, discomfort, and the big P word, plantar fasciitis. I'm going to straighten the legs out again. So I probably haven't really said this, but what I'd like you to do instead of sliding the legs out long, let the knees release down to the side and then slide the legs out in this fashion. Then we are not really working with the hip flexors. So release the knee out to the side and then slide the legs out long and see how that feels. Notice your feet. How much space is there behind the knees? Are they laying flatter than once you started? Then we'll take a little pause here and play with some eversion and inversion. So again, invite you to, and reverse now the slide up. Turn the knee out to the side, slide the left leg up. And then stand your left knee up. That just helps us keep a little bit more neutrality in the lumbar spine as we now play with our right ankle. Inversion and eversion. Inversion, I'm going to take the pinky toe and dial it towards the midline. So we are doing some serious supination here. And then slowly relax this. And you may find that that's going to go right into a crank. Once back at neutral. We're going to do the eversion. So we're going to dial the ankle out. So now the big toe are leading. It wants to, the bottom of the foot wants to look out to the side of the body. And then we let go of that. Notice what muscles are you using. Let's just slowly move between inversion, dialing the bottom of the foot towards the midline, letting go. And once back at neutral, slowly move your foot in the opposite direction. It's like that submarine eye, just slowly dialing, looking across the, I guess, water horizon. And we tend to have a tendency towards either pronation, which is the heavy wear on the inside where we are bearing down on the big toe side of the foot, or the supination, the inversion. If you're not sure, look at your shoes. Are you wearing inner or outer heels? And then slowly release. And then we'll slide the right knee out to the side and stand that leg up and release the left leg out. Inversion, supination, bottom of the foot. Dial us towards the midline. And letting it go. And then gently move into pronation, eversion. We let that go. And move in a slow and curious way. Like a lazy periscope? Is that the name of the submarines? Thank you. I got a thumbs up on that one. A slow periscope. So notice you're either activating the inner calf, the medial calf, or the lateral calf. And if you know you have a tendency, one of the seams is shortened, either the medial, the midline, or the lateral, the outer line, which affects knees and hips and shoulders and necks. Once you return to center, slide the right leg out again. Pause, sense, feel. And let's relax the arms out to the sides if you haven't already. We'll do a little bit of the longer seam. Gently press out through the right heel and then let it go. Press out through the left heel and let that go. So the hips are staying still right now. Just the heels are lengthening out. So we are working with the gastra, the big calves, the outer calves. inviting gentle length. Back and forth. And we'll take the arms up as high as is comfortable. And as you reach out through the right heel, reach back with the right hand. Take the right hip with you and let go. Do the left side. So now we are tending to the entire side seam. Reaching, elongating, again, only go as far as is comfortable. Initiating. Sometimes we don't do a whole lot of execution, but there's a lot of information in the initiation. Make it easy. And after the next time on the left, we're going to let that go. Take the arms down and pause again. Pause, assess, breath, sensations. Think of this as hydrating the tissue that may not have gotten activated in a long time, and tissue needs to be soft and squishy. We're going to bend the knees up again, and we're going to take a little pit stop here with our quads. So we'll take the right knee in. I'm going to hold the back of the knee, back of the thigh rather, with my hand. So one of the jobs of the quadricep is straightening the legs. So slowly straightening your right leg towards the sky. And then bend it again. Bending it, but without activating the hamstring. That's the back of the thigh. You can feel it if you begin to pull the heel. It's going to activate the hamstring. So no, don't want to do that. Inhale, straightening the right leg. If this is uncomfortable for your arms, you can let your arms rest alongside the body and just simply hold the leg up without support. It is okay. Slowly bending the knee. Take the action out of the quadricep. So that is the part of the quadricep that crosses over the knee. We have the other part at the hip. Let's do it one more time. Straighten the leg. Pressing up through the heel. Quadricep fully engaged, and then we'll bend it. Knee draws towards the chest. Heel comes down and hangs. Now take the foot and just slowly release the foot to the floor. Keep the spine neutral as you slide the leg out all the way. Slide the leg out. Press out through the heel so the leg is straight. And then relax completely. Relax the leg. We'll slide the heel in. Draw the knee in towards the chest. And straighten the leg. So now no hands. Pressing up through the heel. Bend the knee again. Foot just hangs and dangles. And then slowly, it's a little bit of gathering in the lower abdomen as you lower the foot onto the floor and slide it out. Press out through the heel and relax. Relax completely. And then last one, but don't rush it. Slide the leg in. Continue your movement, draw the knee in and then straightening the leg towards the sky. Quadricep contract, boom. And let it release. Lower the heel down. And slide the leg out. And let go. Letting go. Let's slide the left leg out. Toggle your awareness. Right leg, left leg. What changed? One leg laying flatter. One hip laying flatter. How about the breath? Is there a difference? Let's bend out the right leg and then the left leg. We'll draw the left knee in, and again here you might like to hold on behind the knee, or you may like just to relax your arms down. It is wherever it feels best for you. Slowly release. Foot just hangs, so tractioning the knee joint open. And we straighten again. And slowly release. Creating space in between your thigh bone and your shin bones. One more time, and it's just the fibula, really. Nope. Yeah, fibula. The big one. The other one, the little one. It doesn't lay up against. We have these big bony masses meeting, and when the muscles below, that would be your calf, and the muscles above are tight. They jam the knee joint together, and it just grinds the cartilage to pieces. That one more time. Keep the foot passive. And you can take a hand to the quad. Is it fully engaged? Is the knee straight? And then slowly bending the knee. And this time we'll let the foot travel down to the mat. Slide the heel out. Press up through the heel. And then plop. Breathing in and out as if you could breathe all the way down into your leg. And slowly slide the foot up. The hip flexors are both at work here. That would be the psoas and the quadricep. Those are the star players. And then when we come to the knee, it's the quads. Slowly release. Keep a little tone in the lower abdomen as you lower the foot to the floor so that the pelvis is not wiggy-wuggy. That would be the technical term. Pressing out through the heel as the leg is straight, all the way out straight, all the way out straight. And then let go. And letting go. So the pauses are as important as the poses. So that one more time. Slide the foot up. Draw the knee in. Straightening the leg. Bending the knee. A little tone in the belly to lower the foot down. One continuous movement, sliding it out long. Pressing out through the heel. And we let go. Boom. Breathing in and out. Slide out the right leg. Check in. And take one arm up. It's going to roll all the way over onto the belly because we took care of the quads. But now let's visit with the hamstrings. So this one here, we've sometimes done standing. And if you prefer to do it standing rather than laying on your belly, you absolutely can do that. It can be a little, it's a little much to ask of the hips. Relax the head any way it feels good. It may be the forehead on the back of the hands. It may be the head turned. It may be on a blanket. And then let the hips be a little weighty downward. And then slowly bend your right leg, bending the right leg. You feel the hamstrings are engaging. Draw the heel towards your tush. That gets both the upper and lower fibers off the hamstrings. I'm going to count these down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Let it go. Letting it go. We're going to turn the heel in and the foot out. The hips are going to stay the same. So we have a little dude behind the knee, the popliteus muscle. So we can get a little bit of rotation in the hamstring. So the hamstring is actually comprised of several muscles inside and outside of the knee. So now as you again gently press the hips down and bending your knee, your heel will travel across your left thigh. And can you sense that you are accessing more of the inside of the thigh? Let's count that one down too. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Letting go. Letting go. And we're going to turn the shin opposite. So you're still centered on the thigh bone. It's just the shin is now oriented with the toes pointing towards the midline and heel out. And slowly bend the knee. And can you tell when you first begin to bend the knee, it's the lower fibers of the hamstring. But the higher it gets, the higher the fiber towards the hip. And let's release this from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Let's center the foot, thigh again. So neutral knee, we're going to bookend it. So when you're ready, bending the knee. Keep the hips drawing down towards the earth as you pull the heel in. And 15, 14, 13. Notice those bumps and jitters. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Pause. And notice quality, right leg, left leg. What's different? So the hamstrings, just like the quadricep, crosses two joints, the hip and the knee. Let's travel over to the left leg. Bending up the knee, straight up, hips are drawing down, anchoring the spine, squeezing it in, and slowly 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. And then gently roll the shin. Not a big event. We have, I think, maybe something like 5 degrees rotation. Hips pressing down and bending up the leg. So now your heel will cross over your right thigh a little bit. And slowly from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. And then roll the shin opposite, or stay centered again on the thigh. Center still on the thigh. So the hip joint is not changing, just at the knee. Hips are pressing down, and we'll bend the leg up again. And this time the leg will go out to the side. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are down-ish. Let it go. And then bookending it with a straight on. Let's draw the heel towards the hip. And slowly, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, done. Letting go. And then let's roll over onto the right side. So we've done the front, we've done the back, we've done below. Well, we got some stuff on the side. We have two muscles. We have the iliotibia, IT band, and then we have what I like to call the glorious sectorius. The iliotibia, hip below the knee. So to access that, we need to take the leg out straight. Take the leg out straight. So I'm bending up about 90 degrees-ish. I'm keeping my spine as neutral as I can. If the knee is bent, we're just getting the upper part, but we won't get the lower. And a tight IT band is also often involved in knee thingies. We're going to lift the foot up anywhere from nothing to maybe about 6 inches. It's not a big lift. So let's take a breath in. And exhale, lift the leg out. This is a long lever, so be kind. Keep drawing the hip back, and you might feel the outer hip. And this one, we're going to take down on 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. And breathe. So now one of my cross pattern, not intended, is I tried to use my bottom hip to facilitate the lift of my upper. So notice if you have that habit just like me, can you relax your right hip? So it's just the left. You can take your hand to your outer left hip and you can feel engagement. We'll do it one more time. Take a breath in and then exhale. Lift the leg. It's a long lever. So again, you may not lift as high. You may also lower down quicker from 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Let's travel onto our back and just take a little quick pause and notice left hip, right hip. Might the IT band have been a little tight on the left hip? Is there a difference in how your hips are resting on the mat? We all carry tension in different places in our bodies. So these little check-ins are helpful to see, was this a beneficial movement for us? Or is it, no difference. Now let's come on to the other side and I'll spin about. I'll take my knees up on my side and straighten my right leg out. Top leg. Lengthening out through the heel. And again, it's helpful to take the hand to the outer hip. See, are things firing? Let's take a breath in, and as you exhale, up it comes. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done, down. How is this side different, or maybe not different from the first side? We tend to have differences in our hips depending on our dominant side and injuries, a traumatic event that has come our way. Let's do that one more time. We'll take a breath in and exhale. Up we come. However high is comfortable for you. Remember, sometimes we initiate, but we don't actually carry out. We still get the firing from 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that one is down. Let's find our way onto our back again. Pausing. Run back almost an hour ago. How was your body resting on the mat? And then how about now? And then we'll draw our legs together. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms towards the sky. Tailbone and heels in one direction. Palms opposite. So now we're consolidating everything back to the midline. We're banking these new muscle placements in our body. We'll take the arms up, relax the legs. We'll switch the interlace of the fingers, press up again. Consolidate legs, and we'll take the arms back overhead, heels out, lengthen. Consolidate towards the midline, Majja. And we'll take the arms up. Relax the hands, relax the legs. Everything softens again. Return to your breath. Sensing, feeling, allowing what is. Not recoiling from it, which is hard. And then we'll gently, slowly, in our own time, bend the knees up. Rock the knees gently from side to side, just to get the little momentum that allows us to roll over onto one side. And which will allow us to press up into a comfortable seated posture. And we will end again with our invitation to peace and ease. Bringing the palms together at heart center. I invite you to join me in Om Shanti 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 Om. Let's take a deep breath in. Om Shanti 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 Om. Thank you. Namaste.